जय जगन्नाथ। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। Pranams to one and all. Today we discuss about Bloom's taxonomy. This is Dr. G. Surya Prasad working as an assistant professor in Rashtriya Sanskrit Sansthan in the Department of Education. Now let us begin the presentation. Bloom's taxonomy consists of two words. The first word is Bloom's, which refers to Dr. Benjamin S. Bloom. And the second word is taxonomy, which refers to classification. That is, the meaning of taxonomy is classification. So, Bloom's taxonomy means a classification advocated by Bloom's. Everyone knows that teaching objectives or educational objectives play important role in teaching and learning process. These teaching or educational objectives are very much important. Actually, these teaching or educational objectives are only direct the entire teaching and learning process. These teaching or educational objectives make the teacher ready to teach. These help the teacher to select his instructional methodology. These assist the teacher to create suitable teaching and learning experiences. These decide the teaching aids to be used. So, the entire teaching and learning process depends upon educational or teaching objectives. Finally, the evaluation process is also depends upon educational objectives. Now, the question arises that what is the meaning of teaching objectives? The simple meaning of the teaching objectives is attaining change in behavior. By providing education or teaching something, we wish some sort of change in behavior. The attainment of change in behavior is educational objectives. That means learning. So, the meaning of the teaching objectives is attaining change in behavior, that is, learning. Previously, we learned that Bloom's taxonomy is classification advocated by Bloom's. Bloom advocated classification of learning, or in other words, Bloom's taxonomy is an attempt to classify the educational objectives. Thus, Bloom's taxonomy is classification of learning or educational objectives. Dr. Benjamin S. Bloom's classification of learning or educational objectives is well known as Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is originally explored by Bloom in 1956 and revised in 2001 by Lauren Anderson and Krathwohl. Bloom's taxonomy is a three-dimensional hierarchy designed from least complex to higher complex. According to Bloom, learning occurs in three fields. The three fields are named as domains, and the learning objectives must also be formed according to these three fields of learning. Hence, the domains of learning are three because learning occurs in three fields, and the learning objectives must be classified into three categories because learning occurs in three fields. The three domains of learning or educational objectives are cognitive, affective, cognitive, or psychomotor. The main purpose of Bloom's taxonomy is classifying classroom lesson objectives. During planning a lesson plan or writing a lesson plan, the teacher has to decide what the objectives are to be achieved. Bloom's taxonomy helps the teacher to classify those classroom teaching objectives. So, the main purpose of Bloom's taxonomy is classifying classroom lesson objectives. Bloom's taxonomy provides a practical framework within which educational objectives could be organized and measured. As mentioned earlier, Bloom has divided educational objectives or domains of learning into three categories like cognitive, affective, cognitive, or psychomotor. Bloom's taxonomy was initially published in 1956, but it has been expanded over many years by Bloom and other contributors. The cognitive domain was expanded in the same year, 1956, by Benjamin S. Bloom. The affective domain was expanded by Krathwohl, Bloom, and Mercier in the year 1964, and the cognitive domain was expanded by E.J. Simpson in the year 1969. This cognitive domain is renamed as psychomotor domain in the 2001 revision. Thus, the domains of learning or educational objectives are cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. These three domains further divided into subdivisions. The cognitive domain further subdivided into six domains. Affective domain subdivided into five domains. And psychomotor domain subdivided into six domains. Among these three domains, cognitive domain is related to brain, affective domain is related to emotions, and cognitive or psychomotor is related to body movements. The meaning of cognitive is gaining knowledge. The meaning of affective is developing attitude, and the meaning of cognitive is improving skills. Thus, cognitive is knowledge, that is to think. Affective is attitude, that is to feel. Cognitive or psychomotor is skill, that is to do. Hence, it can be described like this, that cognitive is head or brain because it thinks. Affective is heart because it feels. And cognitive or psychomotor is hand because it does. This is what the 3H, head, heart, and hand. According to Bloom, learning occurs simultaneously in all the three domains. Actually, these three domains are interconnected. The complete learning occurs when the teacher focuses on these three domains. That means the complete learning occurs when the teacher combines these three domains. If one domain is missing, there will not be complete learning, means learning does not occur. Hence, the teacher is expected to focus on the learning of these three domains. Thus, we have understood that these three domains are interrelated, interlinked. Now, let us proceed to know what the cognitive domain is. As mentioned earlier, the cognitive domain is related to knowledge. Cognitive domain is concerned with knowledge outcomes, intellectual abilities, and skills. The cognitive domain involves those objectives that deal with the development of intellectual abilities and skills. This domain includes activities such as remembering and recalling, thinking, problem solving, creativity, etc. These activities like remembering and recalling etc. are presented in a hierarchical order of intellectual ability. Hierarchy is an arrangement from lower level to higher level. Let's see an example for a hierarchy. We take an office for this purpose. The lower level employee in an office is an attendant, and above him, assistant will be there, and above him, clerk. Finally, officer. Thus, hierarchy is an arrangement from lower level to higher level. Dr. Benjamin Bloom has presented the activities like remembering and recalling, etc., in a hierarchical order of intellectual ability. That means the activities which require lower level of intelligence were placed first, that is in the lower level, and the activities which require higher level of intelligence were placed in the highest level. Now let us see the cognitive domain. The cognitive domain is the first domain of the learning and explored by Bloom's in 1956. Cognitive domain further subdivided into 6 subdomains, and these 6 subdomains are arranged in a hierarchy from simple complex to higher complex. Lower level of intelligence is enough for simple complex, and higher level of intelligence is required for higher complex. The hierarchy of cognitive domain begins with knowledge. Next, comprehension. Then, application. Next, analysis. Then, synthesis. And last, evaluation. The first subdomain, knowledge, requires little amount of intelligence, while for the second subdomain, comprehension, little more intelligence is required. Like this, the required amount of intelligence will be increased gradually till the evaluation, which is the last subdomain of cognitive domain. Here, one should note that all the subdomains like knowledge, comprehension are presented in noun forms. Later, in the year of 2001, this cognitive domain is revised. There were two important changes in 2001 revision. The first change, the noun forms of subdomains are changed into verbs. In 1956 taxonomy, the subdomains are presented in noun forms like knowledge, comprehension, etc. Whereas in 2001 revision, the subdomains were changed to verb forms. The second change is alteration in place of synthesis and evaluation domains. The synthesis domain is treated as requiring the highest intelligence ability and promoted to the top position, while the evaluation occupied the fifth place in 2001 revision. As mentioned earlier, the noun forms of 1956 version are changed into verbs in 2001 version. Thus, the first subdomain, knowledge, changed into an activity, remember. The second subdomain, comprehension, is changed to an activity, understand. The third subdomain, application, is changed to activity, apply. And in the same way, analysis, evaluation, synthesis are changed into activities like analyze, evaluate, create, respectively. Thus, the 2001 revision of Bloom's taxonomy has major changes. Now, let us know the details of these 6 subdomains. Bloom divided the educational objectives or domains of learning into 3 categories like cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Further, each domain divided into subdomains or levels. For an example, cognitive domain is divided into 6 subdomains or levels, ranging from remember or knowledge to create, and verb tables have been created to align with these subdomains or levels of the three domains. The first subdomain is knowledge or remember. The meaning of knowledge or remember domain is memorizing the facts without understanding, like definitions. In this domain, the least intelligence ability is required because the concepts will be memorized even without understanding them. So, the meaning of this domain is memorizing the facts and basic concepts without understanding and recall those facts and basic concepts. In this domain, thinking is not at all required. So, the meaning of the first domain is memorizing the facts and recalling them. Earlier, I have mentioned that verb tables have been created for each level or subdomain. Some of the verbs of this remember domain are define, duplicate, list, memorize, repeat, and state. Now we go for the meaning of the second domain, that is comprehension or understand. Understand is expressing the facts in our own words what is memorized in remember or knowledge domain. Or understand is explaining the knowledge. Suppose you memorized a fact that comes under remember domain. If you are able to express the fact in your own words, then that is known as understand domain. Now you are knowing the facts of Bloom's taxonomy. If you explain this Bloom's taxonomy in your own words, then it comes under understand domain. So, in this domain, little thinking is required. So, this domain requires a little amount of intelligence ability. And the verbs of this domain are classify, describe, discuss, explain, identify, locate, recognize, report, select, and translate, etc. Now, let us move towards the third domain, apply. The meaning of apply or application domain is applying of knowledge domain and understand domain in new or daily situations. Simply using the information in new situations. For this domain, little more thinking is required. Little more intelligence ability is required. You see, the required amount of intelligence ability is increasing from one domain to another domain. For the first remember domain, intelligence ability is not at all required. But for the second domain, understand, little amount of intelligence ability is required. And for the third apply domain, little more intelligence ability is required. This is what the increasing order of hierarchy. These first three domains, that is remember, understand and apply, come under the lower level of cognitive domain. Now let us look at the other three domains which require higher level intelligence ability and come under higher level of cognitive domain. Analysis or analyze is breaking the items into parts. Here, the information will be cut into small portions to understand it better. This domain requires higher level of intelligence ability since the information will be cut into small portions. And the important verbs of this domain are differentiate, organize, relate, compare, contrast, distinguish, examine, experiment, etc. The meaning of the next evaluate domain is judge or a decision. In this domain, a decision or a judgment or criticism or selection will be taken related to the information. This domain requires more higher intelligence ability than the analyze domain. And the verbs are apprise, argue, defend, judge, select, value, critic, weigh, etc. Next comes the sixth domain, that is create. It is the topmost level or subdomain of cognitive domain. The meaning of this domain is producing new or original work. This domain requires the highest intelligence ability. Here, the analysis of an information will take the form of synthesis. The broken parts of an information in analyzed domain will be assembled here to give a new shape or a design. Thus, new or original work will be produced here. And the verbs are design, assemble, construct, develop, formulate, order, investigate, etc. Here also we see the increasing order of a required intelligence ability, and these three come under higher level of a cognitive domain. Thus, the cognitive domain is addressed by Bloom. Affective domain is the second domain. Affective domain is concerned with feelings, emotions, values, motivations, and attitudes. Affective domain includes the objectives which describe the change in attitudes, interest, appreciation, and modes of adjustment. This domain is divided into 5 subdomains or levels, which are receiving, responding, valuing, organizing, internalizing values. These are also presented in increasing order, ranging from simple complex to higher complex. Next, we see the third psychomotor domain. Psychomotor domain is concerned with physical functions. Psychomotor objectives are specific to physical functions, reflex actions, and interpretive movements. It includes those objectives related to perceptual and motor skill areas. This domain requires a higher order of thinking ability and doing. This domain deals with areas involving varied types of muscular skills and coordination. These muscular skills are related to practical skills and habits. Laboratory experiments, work experience programs, and practical works in teaching and learning process come under this category. This psychomotor domain is divided into 6 subdomains or levels, which are perception, set, guided response, mechanism, complex overt response, and organization. Thus, we can summarize that the learning occurs in 3 fields: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. And the teacher is expected to take care of all these 3 fields or domains of learning to make the complete learning. Thank you, one and all. श्रियः कान्ताय कल्याणनिधये निधयेऽर्थिनां श्रीवेङ्कटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम्. श्री श्रीनिवासपरब्रह्मणे नमः.